now I find no sense. I can.
Alright, you guys just saw me rep out that easy 135, I think it was. So in the last vlog, I did freaking 3 15-pound hip thrusts for like 6 to 8 reps. And this is what happens, guys. Like when you don't get good sleep, when you fucked around with your goals all weekend, bro, like look at the difference. You can just see me getting pissed off. I'm like, how was I able to do 315 last time? And how am I freaking barely able to do this? And I was determined, right? But my body was just tired. Like we don't just keep the strength there just because we get it, you know, at some point. You know, you have to push, of course. Look at me pushing. You go, girl. But I know that shit didn't feel good to go down in strength like that. Look at me. I literally wanted to cry. Like, my goals mean a lot to me, especially my strength goals. Like, when you're trying to live a healthy lifestyle, having strength goals in the gym is really motivating. You know, it gives you kind of like a checkpoint and also confirmation that you're getting stronger and eating enough and all that, and therefore growing the glutes. So, yeah, this kind of pissed me off, but not every workout's perfect, y'all. But the good thing is if you're back being consistent with your sleep, your water intake, your food, your training should be back, your strength should be back in no time. Next, I did Bulgarian split squats. This is a movement that I've been wanting to get better at, but it's just a really uncomfortable movement for me, guys. So I decided to push myself out of my comfort zone, and I started with body weight and just focused on controlling the weight. And then here I'm just trying to gain more confidence in this movement. So lighter weight and more reps for that until I can push more. Next, I did dumbbell Romanian deadlifts. This is super lightweight for me, guys, but I really do want to control the movement, focus on the contraction, and also get some tension up, burning up in there before I go heavier. I also didn't want to go heavier because I felt entirely weak, but as I'm literally voiceovering this, I'm on my period, and this was right before my period, so possibly could have been, you know, my period coming. Maybe I'll make a video on that. But yes, I did about four sets of 15 to 20 reps.
I am loving how I'm starting these videos. Just glam. Okay, now that I feel and look a little bit more presentable, let's make some breakfast, shall we? Wearing comfy stuff, you know. Little PJs. Something comfy, but not too homeless, you know? Sunday, like he doesn't take clients on Sundays.
Right, yesterday was saying they were studying.
Oh yeah, how's that?
So cute, man.
Yeah.
She
Okay, so something that I recently have been trying to be more aware of is like the ingredients of the foods that I'm consuming. Like, there's no reason I should be consuming like mostly high fructose corn syrup, like things that are just not good for your body. So for example, I usually use this syrup. It should be syrup, right? Maple syrup with some chemicals, I don't know. No, this is literally majority high fructose corn syrup. It doesn't even have maple syrup in here. Like, so it's literally just high fructose corn syrup, cellulose gum, caramel color, artificial flavor. It's like they made maple syrup in the lab and like are selling this as syrup. So not good for you, because your girl is not conservative when it comes to my serving sizes of that. So I'm gonna be a lot more aware of like the ingredients, and next time definitely going to get just like something that says maple syrup in the ingredients, because there should be no reason why I'm consuming like fake syrup essentially. So something that I've been being more aware of. Obviously that's gonna affect, you know, a lot of how you feel if majority of your diet is very, very, very processed. Hey guys, so I've been going through kind of like this shift, and it's like I'm almost like scatterbrained a lot. Scatterbrained, is that a word? I don't know. But what I've come down to is like after writing and trying to do the inner work, like trying to understand why I'm feeling certain ways, why I, you know, was feeling so good. I'm still feeling good. I don't want to give off the impression that I'm like sad. I have been feeling, I was like last week very overwhelmed and anxious, got my period, but still I'm not as anxious and overwhelmed, but I do feel like the sense of like lack of creativity, lack of like will to create. And I think it's because I started this journey, like really just sharing my journey, like sharing the bad times, sharing all the shit that was going on in my life. And then of course, like I started my business, my coaching business, and I really wanted to reposition myself on social media to be more professional, to be more of like an educator, a coach, someone that can inspire and motivate and push you and tell you can do this, and educate you and empower you through education, and use my platform for something educational. And that's the word that keeps coming up: educational, professional, just those are the words that are coming up. But I feel like with this, you know, planned content and my educational posts, and of course I do, you know, motivational captions here and there, but what I'm learning and like what I'm discovering is like, I feel like a big chunk of what came with that, a big chunk of like my creativity was lost almost. Like just the thought of like writing another educational post, it like kind of like drains me in a sense. And I make those posts because I want to educate people. And I remember what it was like to know absolutely jack shit about fitness and health and getting the body I wanted and getting glutes and eating healthy and how do I stop binge eating and why am I addicted to sugar and like all these things. Like I absolutely love educating about that because it's so not educated. But I feel like I need to find a balance, and through my writing, what I've kind of found is that, or what I discovered, is it's not the content, or like, I feel like my lack of creativity is not necessarily because I've been focusing on educational content. I think I kind of forgot how to just be, in the sense of where my content doesn't need to be perfect. Like the perfect quality, the perfect angles, the perfect music, the perfect caption. Like, if you don't do social media for business, or your goal isn't to do it for business, you kind of just use it. You like to post fire pictures of yourself, which honestly, influencers this is a business. You can make social media business if you want to, any way you want. But in the sense of like educational purposes, there's so much that goes into it. Like the captions, it literally takes me 30 minutes to write one caption. I need to make sure it's understandable. I need to make sure it's making sense, that it's quick on the eye, that it's not crowded. There's so much things that go into it. So, you want your content to I want my content to be quality content. And I know that it is. But when you overconsume on social media, when you're on social media, it's very easy to fall into comparison. In the sense that, like, these motherfuckers out here with the most aesthetic content, these transitions, these angles, like if you go on TikTok, aesthetic, okay? Like, I don't know how to do that. I guess I never really cared about that. Like, I never really gave a fuck what was in the background, or like if it was dark ass lighting, because it made me feel like I could relate more to you, to the person watching this. Like, I don't know. So I think I need to tap into that beginner Lexi that was just starting out with sharing her journey, who did not know shit about exercise and eating. And I always did YouTube. I always loved sharing this part of me. And it's really weird nowadays, as technology, social media is developing so rapidly, especially with new platforms, new generations. It's like overwhelming almost. Like the content is overwhelming. And I definitely feel like I have to put pressure on myself to sum up to that. Like, my content needs to be this standard, And I feel like at the end of the day, if you're helping people and you have good intention and you're showing your real self, how can you not relate to people? Like, how can you not create a community of connection? We need more of that vulnerability. We need more of that authenticity. I just want to create a real and raw space where you can feel normal and imperfect and completely imperfect, I think that's the word that really kind of makes me emotional. Ew, not crying right now. But it's just funny, like, if you take the time to like really journal and sit with yourself and take on these overwhelming emotions, sometimes you can really discover a lot. But, and of course it feels weird as fuck sitting in front of this camera just talking about it. But I hope that, maybe this relates to one of you. But this is my diaries at the end of the day. But I'm learning I don't have to sum up to anything. Like, when you're comparing yourself and you maybe feel like you're not enough, ask yourself, like, enough for who? I actually made a post about that. That's the content that I want to make more of, is like, enough for who? You need to be enough for you. And if sometimes you feel like you're not enough for you, ask yourself why. And then whatever comes up, ask yourself why those things matter, what that comes from. For me, I think sometimes I may feel like I'm not enough because I'm not working hard enough. Like, I feel like I should be doing, See, there's nothing wrong with crying either. Like, people get so cringed, including me, and it's like completely okay to cry. It's just an expression of emotion. But what was I saying? Is like, it feels refreshing to allow imperfection. And I feel like sometimes if I'm not working hard, like if I'm not hustle, I'm not doing enough, and then I don't deserve the blessings that come my way. And it's like I believe in myself less when I'm not brain dead from work. That's so fucking sick, like, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to understand where that comes from. I think that's a lot of like my masculine energy. Like all of us, we have masculine and feminine energy within us, whether you're man, woman, non-binary, however you identify, we all have masculine and feminine energy within us. And you know, it's about balancing that masculine and feminine energy. Your masculine energy is very go, 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 driven, aggressive, to the point, like masculine, you know? And of course there's wounded masculine energy and healed masculine energy. And then there's wounded feminine energy and there's healed feminine energy, your divine feminine energy, which is compassionate and intuitive and emotional and, you know, vulnerable and authentic. And not that, you know, but yeah. But not to get too much into that, I just feel like I am the type of woman that really finds power in her masculine energy. And that maybe that creativity comes from your feminine energy. So, wow, I never thought of that. Yeah. Cause, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know why. I feel like sometimes it's hard to like be 100% yourself and 100% vulnerable. And I think it's because it's not that I care what people think. I think it's more so I'm really these days really focused on protecting my energy and becoming so aware of the sensitive energy that I do carry and how I do take on people's energies. You know, and with my business, and I feel like I'm more one-on-one with people and I love it so much. But, you know, I just want to be, what would it take for me to feel like I'm enough? You know, ask yourself that. And the answer is like, enough is subjective. It really is. I think society makes us feel like, you know, we have to reach this body, this lifestyle, this amount of money or this, you know, amount of work hours in to deserve and feel enough. This, you know, quality content or whatever, like to be enough. And enough is subjective, and you are enough if you say that you are and you believe it. This conversation was absolutely all over the place, but you know, I hope that some of it resonated with you. I'm doing a lot of self-discovery, even just talking about this, and it feels really good. I feel like I can like breathe better now. Wow. If you're ever feeling down and like you're not doing enough, like you're not where you're supposed to be, or you feel like you're just unhappy, don't look at that as a negative thing, you know? That is a sign from your intuition, from your body, from your soul, that something needs to change or that something needs to be discovered. And in order to discover that, girl, you're gonna have to do the inner work. You're gonna have to stop looking at things maybe as cringy or boring or just too much work, and you gotta do the inner work, girl. You gotta take care of that inner self because she's like just craving for that. Meditating, journaling. If you don't know what the fuck to write, I promise you, open up your book, put on some ocean sounds or whatever you're feeling, music, vibes, and just fucking start writing about how you're feeling. Write about what you're grateful for. Raising your vibrations, guys. Like getting yourself up so we can attract and feel more and be more and do more, and God can bless us and we can receive those blessings and not reject them, you know? Don't know how to find that shit got there, but I feel a lot better. And if you're my friend in real life, this is literally how conversations go. But I feel a lot better. I feel way, way better. And I'm so excited to train later, have a couple calls later. So I'm really happy that we have this. So thank you for listening to me, girl. But anyway, I'm gonna stop. This is probably about 16 minutes in. And I don't know what I'm gonna do after this. I think I'm gonna go for a walk. Maybe go to the grocery store, pick up some stuff. Maybe visit my mom, get out, you know? And I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. You'll be seeing me in the next vlog. We're allowing imperfections, y'all. Shit, who the fuck knows how to end a vlog anyway?